sucks. The soul is not the vibrant. The reckoning. The sickening. Back and cheeks of virgin. Pseudo secret thing for virgin. Go to the desert. Go dig your grave. Let go your mouth with all the money you will say. Drinking in, getting far again. I'm done. It has begun. I'm not the only one. You made me kill a song. Yourself against the wall. No one else can see the crucifixion of the mother in me. Cold air cracks and no rolling light. But where the devil fell, the secret death gone mad. This is nothing new, but when we kill it all, the heck with all we had. Those things are not the men. We could start over. Just walk me in. Psychosocial. Slipknot. Psychosocial. Yeah. What's up? Hey guys. How are you? Sorry I'm late. Had to let the dog out and I was not expecting that. But at any rate, she has to come out. Aloha, Mr. Robert Nazawa. How are you, friend? KK, Chris Coon in the house. Good to see you guys. So I was about 6 minutes late. Sorry about that. I guess I wasn't late because I wasn't planning on going live until about 30 seconds before I said, you know what, I'm going to go live. So I've been running around. I'm a little bit out of wind. I'm just gonna chill for a minute. I'm just gonna hang for a second. How are you guys doing? Hope you're doing well. Two of my most favorite people in the whole world here. Good to see you. It's funny. Bill's getting a beer. Oh, you know me so well, Grasshopper. It's hard to imagine, when you're not dodging hurricanes, Robert, that you could be having anything but a beautiful day, my friend. I'll get out there someday. We'll see. We shall see. Chris Coon is getting this dog shit weather, the same as I am. Rainy. Well, I don't know how it was down there, but I'm assuming rainy and wet. And yeah, with the daylight savings time, it got darker here earlier, and it's just kind of like, it's the very start of the doldrums of living in the Midwest. The Midwest. I do love it. I do. This is our time of the year where we get to get fat. We get fat. Not women. We don't get fat. Men get fat. Like men sweat. Women don't sweat. They occasionally perspire. Women perspire, but they don't sweat. Unless they hang out with me. Then they sweat. I'll tell you what. Cold for you folks, yeah? Yeah, buddy. Yeah. Yeah, this is a great place to move to, Robert, if you ever want to grow a reindeer, or sponsor a penguin hockey team or something. This would be your neck of the woods, my friend. That's why all of us people come out to, not all of us, I haven't been there, but why the rich ones come out and see you in Hawaii. Yes. 79 there, and you love it, dude. I'm afraid to come visit you, Robert. If I did, I might barter to try to sleep in the doghouse and just be a permanent resident there. I could do that. I'm not sure you would dig it, but I could be like your white migrant worker, help you with the farm, bro. You'd be like,
Okay, Bill, I'm going to make you sound like you're Asian. I'm sorry, but I know you don't. Mr. Bill, you come back on Mr. Chow. I will put you up and I will feed you a pineapple and you'll do lots of work, okay? I'll be like, okay, sounds good. I could do that. Um, you know, there's worse places in the world you could live. Certainly, worst places in the world you could live. So, I do have a purpose for being on tonight. Just so you know, I all the time to my Chinese friends. You do what? You do a chow voy? You do a chow voice? Danielson. What? Show me sand floor. I can't move my arm. Show me wax on, wax off. Wax on, wax off. Wax on, wax off. Show me paint the fence. Show, hey, 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 hey. Show me paint the house. Hey. Show me sand floor. No, sorry, this way. Hey. Show me wax on, wax off. No, wax on. Hey. Wax off. Hey. Meow, 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 meow. I. Oh, rook eye. Always rook eye. And their journey began. Hey, Joe Mama. Sorry, I just went into character for a minute. I love that part in the movie when he's like at the tournament and the guy goes, hey, there's only allowed one of you in the tournament at a time. And he's like, and he's like, what do you say? And she goes, he reminds you of an uncle he has in Okinawa. And he goes, well, thank you. And Mr. Miyagi goes, welcome. He walks past him. Love that part in the movie. Uh-oh. I'm starting to get a feeling. I'm starting to feel like doing the milkshake. I'll save the milkshake. I drink your milkshake. I drink your milkshake. All right. I'm just killing time. See if anybody else shows. I don't know if you were around for that one, Joe Mama, when I did it. When I did drink your milkshake. Oh, you guys ever see the movie with Sean Connery and Kevin Kline? The Untouchables? The Untouchables. Where not Kevin Kline, Kevin, the hell is his name? he was Dances with Wolves and Kevin, no, what's his damn name? Dances with Wolves, and he was in The Bodyguard. Kevin somebody. No, not Spacey Buddy. Costner, yes. Kevin Costner, Robert Nizzo, yes. And Chris Kuhn. Hey, John Barry, by the way. What's up, brother? Good to see you, man. Good to see you, man. I always count on you being here, John Barry. Always good to see you, man. That other guy, I never liked him. He's a cockroach. Kevin Costner, yeah, The Untouchables, and Sean Connery is in that. And there was this epic scene where Kevin Costner was in Chicago and he's like, I can't find where these people are and this and that. And Sean Connery was this old Irish beat cop. And he just looks at him and he goes, everyone knows where they hide the booze, Mr. Nash. Everyone knows where they hide the booze. And then he's got a couple other lines in there. And he's like, that's right. Just like a wop. Bring a knife to a gunfight. Yeah. Sorry. I don't. Everyone knows where they hide the booze, Mr. Nash. Yep. Well, I wanted to come on tonight. Not only just to say hi, but I don't know. I thought it was important. It's technically tomorrow, which means technically it's one day before the midterm election. All I really, really, really want to do is reiterate how important it is that you get out and vote. That's seriously dead serious. That's why I wanted to come on tonight. I feel like if I don't get on at least tonight and tomorrow night and really express how important Tuesday is, that all of this that's been happening with President Trump will be for nothing. It will all be for nothing. Nothing. Nada. Zip. Zero. Zilch. So if you have an opportunity to get one additional person to vote, preferably red, Republican, you should do it. I'll be voting too, Robert Nozoa. You voted early, John Barry. Love hearing it. Love it. I heard there was record turnout for early voting, or like record, and it was so epic. I don't even want to jinx anything, but there's a reason we're not hearing what the numbers are coming across mainstream television, which I've told you guys I've had to watch on occasion because I have to almost see what they're not telling us. So I've been holding my nose while listening to the likes of CNN, MSNBC, ABC, NBC, MSNBC, all the usual players. Piece of craps. Yeah, that's huge, dude. That's huge. I was going to say 250,000, but that's 100,000 over 250,000 in Arkansas. Arkansas, man. Arkansas. No, Arkansas. That is a humongous number. I even know that without knowing the specifics. I'll bet they had, what, 50,000 maybe 100,000 in the past that early voted in Arkansas. It's just, this is a movement. We're in a movement, you guys. We are going to be in history books. We are a part of history. What's going on right now? We are going to be in the history books. We are the Patriots. And we're going to win. We're going to win so much. You're going to say, Mr. President, I'm tired of winning. Please stop. And I'm going to say, no, you're going to win some more. Believe me, I haven't heard anybody do a good Trump. and I'm in that camp. I can't do a good Trump. It's funny. Whenever I listen to something on YouTube, I usually, because I listen to a lot of different things, I will put it on 1.25 or 1.5 speed because I got to get through all the shit so that I can get to the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. I'm serious. I'm not even bullshitting. Mostly everything I listen to, unless it's a live stream, I listen to at 1.5 times speed. But when I listen to anything that President Trump has to say, I feel it's a sign of disrespect. So I put it on regular speed. I can't help myself. And I think that might be in part because I feel like almost everything the man says is part of the plan in which Q tells us to trust the plan. And I feel that way. Hey, Tony Simply. Wow. BIL. Oh, I see what you did there. Capital B, lowercase I. Bigger case L, lowercase L. You guys want to hear not funny. You want to hear a random Bill thought that I had? I had it yesterday. Robert, well, Anthony, Tony, you might get this too. And John Barry, you might get this too. I don't know so much with the chicks, with the dames that are in the chat, but you know how you got your birthright name, like Tony. I'm assuming a lot here, but it's probably Anthony, right? And you can go by Tony or Super T or something, Tony. But I mean, it's kind of like it's your nickname of sorts, even though it's technically Anthony. And Robert, my brother's name is Robert. I mean, you go by Rob, you go by Bob, you go by Roberto, you go by Bobby, um, all that kind of stuff. And John Barry, Mr. Jonathan Barry, uh, Johnny, you know, all that kind of stuff. And I was thinking about my name, and I don't know why. I don't know why. I'm telling you, I get random thoughts out of the blue well, I can't say they're for no reason. There must be a reason. I just haven't figured it out yet. But I'm like, all right, you go by Bill. Your name's William. I mean, let's be real. Your name is William. So you go by Bill, or you could go by Will, or you go by Willie, or you go by Willis, or a myriad of other little nicknames. And then it occurred to me that I could also go by the name Liam. It's the last four letters of William, Liam. And I was like, I wonder if that Liam derives from William. And I'm like, wow. And then I looked at my middle initial. See, you guys, I technically, I do not have a middle name. I have a middle initial, and that's on my birth certificate. And it's the letter G. And it stands for something like a G6, like a G6. Now for that, it's like, all right, so one of my great grandfather's name was Garrett. And my grandfather on my mother, that was my dad's side. And on my mother's side, his technical name was Eugene, but he went by Gene with a G. So they always told me that we gave you the G as your middle initial. That's my middle name, G, is standing for Garrett and for Gene. So I had this random thought pop in my head, and I'm like, if you had a rock and roll name, dude, you could go by the name. Now check this out. Tell me if this is a rock and roll. I'll never be in rock and roll. So, don't think that that's lost on me now at my age. But if I wanted to use parts of my name to have a rock name, my name would be Liam Garrett. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for rock and roll star Liam Garrett. I don't know. But the name Liam I was like, man, I wish I would have grown up and been a Liam instead of a Bill. It's just so much, you never get a Liam in the mailbox. You're never late on paying a Liam. If you talk about Liam, then it's going to be good shit. Like, hey, man, there's a party at Liam's, man. Liam Garrett, you know it. That's party. I don't know. Anyhow, did you guys like the stream last night? I tried to get Shawnee to come on. I got her to come on a little bit, but I don't think I poured enough booze in her, Mr. Nash. Didn't have enough booze in her. Someday. Yeah, we'll get her on here. Margaret from 5-0. Just because you spelled out her name, Christy, and I saw it a lot in some of the remarks last night, I will tell you one that differentiates Shawnee with how you spelled it. And I've only ever seen it spelled this way one time, is that her name actually ends in IE. But I'm happy to see that you enjoyed that. Well, he sounds like a real asshole, Christy. I'm just teasing. He's probably a wonderful, great guy who's got a big fat. Never mind. You know, it's bad. I almost let that slip out of my mouth. That'd have been. You guys be like, Jesus Christ, my kids are in the room. Stop it. Well, for what it's worth, KK, how you spelled it is how, I mean, we have like a Shawnee Elementary School somewhere around here. It's not in our school district, but it's within like 10 miles. And that is actually a tribe of Indian, believe it or not. It was the Shawnee Indian that were here in West Michigan. Now, they may have spread into your roots because you are way far away at 90 miles in Indiana. I'm sure this is probably where they all had one big ass wigwam and they packed many bowls full of wampus and traded skins and furs and probably a great time. But, which is nuts because my wife does not have any Indian in her at all. But her mom was her mom was a flower child, a woman of the 60s. And I'll tell you one thing, mean as a fucking snake when she first met me. She did not like me, but she warmed up. I warmed her up to me. It took about 12 years, but eventually I got there. She did not care for me much at all. I think it was part of her plan. Mean as a fucking snake. Let me tell you what. We get along great now, though. We get along absolutely beautifully. Her mom and I. And it's been that way for about, 13, 14 years now. You know what it took? Just if I'm being real. It was like after 12 years and, we're going through all the battles of raising these kids and all this stuff, things that you go through in life. And she did something that it offended me and I was like borderline really shitty about. I didn't like it at all. And it was actually, now that I think of it, it was probably the first time that I really found my voice. And I think I beat her ass 50 shades of black and blue and just verbally just fucking whipped her ass because I was in the right. And we didn't talk for like 6 months after that. But everything after that was like, it was just like, it was cool. I don't know. I think maybe that's what she was waiting for. But that doesn't mean she was very nice up until that point. Anyway. Give a grand, Staples Center. Welcome to Corn. Oh, yeah. I love Corn, dude. Feeling like a freak on a leash. Go! Oh, really, man? John, I've heard of it, and I know it has to do with the Indian culture, but I cannot quite remember. Was it Cherokee or Sioux? Something like that. The Trail of Tears. My mind, I'm not remembering it, but definitely Indian, right? Yeah. Is he really, Tony? I grew up on Ron Jeremy. I'd love to meet that dude. I don't know why. I'd just be like, yeah, beat off a lot, dude, watching your shit over the years. Way to go. Nice work. Cherokee. Yeah. By the way, I won't ever diss American Indian, And the people of I just won't. Number one, they don't deserve it. Anyway, not going to get sentimental, Got nothing but mad love, mad respect for the original culture that was on these great lands. I want to know how he's your friend, Tony. He is. I believe that he's a comedian, dude. I totally believe it. You know what? Uh, the dude has got charisma like crazy. Wasn't he on The Apprentice or something like that? I mean, seriously, the dude has got like star quality charisma. He was. I can't believe I'm talking about this in this way, but the guy was a natural, and he just. Some people you see on camera, they're just not made to be on camera, and then other people are on camera or film, and you're like, that's a natural. That's an absolute natural. And as deep as we're going in this conversation, I always felt that way about Ron Jeremy. I mean, he didn't play to the camera, you know. He was just being himself, and I always thought he was cool. I really truly did. It almost like the dude wasn't acting. Take the you know take the porn stuff out of it, but it was like he. I can't believe I'm having this conversation, but he really shined when that stuff wasn't involved. He was very, very good. I'm gonna blush. He was very good, extremely good. Uh, those were, back when I used to see some of his stuff. Man, it was well before the days I knew Shawnee. Yeah, that's back in the days when I would have dragged my nuts through 50 feet of broken glass just to jack off in Gingerlin's shadow. Uh, long time ago. Long time ago. Yeah, but I believe you, dude. I believe he's a comedian because, dude's got it. Whatever it is, he got it. Has it. I liked him. I think he was on The Apprentice. I really liked him on that too. But I knew who he was going into it because there's only one Ron Jeremy. Yeah. All right. Topic switch. I don't know. Okay. All right. So we can go back in more of that another day. I'm totally like off my game here. How do you recover from that? Let's see. Back to the election. I don't want to understate the importance of it. I don't. And I don't want to beat a dead horse either. Okay. But it is that important. It's right now, as of this moment, right now, today, it's every bit as important as the day that you went out and voted for President Trump. And if you somehow managed to become turned on to this movement after you voted for Hillary in 2016, then this is your time for your repentance. You can repent, and you can do that by getting out and voting red Republican across the board on your Tuesday ballot. By the way, vote in marijuana. I don't smoke, but it's such a good drug for so many people. It is. And I've told you guys, man, I ain't a user. I ain't a hater either, but it's very good for lots of people. It's got lots of healing qualities. So make sure that you do that. And if you have the ability to wake somebody up in the process, do it. Do it. I think what we're going to see, if I'm looking into my crystal ball, which is this, here's my crystal ball. But if I'm looking in my crystal ball and I'm thinking about what are the repercussions of what happens after this Tuesday, November 6th, with these elections, okay? Well, really, that's it. It's speculation for sure. But you can either think of A, the Republicans win the election, or B, they don't. And out of those two choices, I would say the Republicans win the next part of the Great Awakening as per Q and the Q team goes forward. B, they don't win, we're fucked. Not fucked in the literal sense. We're fucked. It's going to stop everything dead in its tracks. If you are sitting there thinking that my vote doesn't matter, Republicans are way up in my district, or if you're thinking my vote doesn't matter, the Democrats are at a 75% to 25% ahead in my district because that's where you live, fuck that. Vote. Get out there and vote, please. It's that important. But there's two choices of what's going to happen with this election. Now, had Hillary won, do you know something? Here's the funny part. We have the ability to know right now that we're fucked by not getting Republicans in the majority of the Senate. But had Trump lost, we would have never known. Would have been, oh man, he ran a funny ass campaign, and boy, he said a lot of good shit. And we'd probably be up to our neck in civil war and just absolute bullshit. And we'd just be like, well, this was the path America was taking. Bless Hillary. She's, getting us through this the best she can, because she would have had all the endorsements from world leaders that back then we used to sleepwalk to and be like, well, everybody's supporting her. Everybody's this, everybody's that. Even Britain's behind her. Australia's behind her. All the Five Eyes networks would have been behind her, and we wouldn't have known any better. We'd have just been these mindless, stupid ass sheep walking through life going, well, I guess we're here for a reason. We're here because we fucked everybody over in life. But because we put President Trump in, we can use hindsight, and it always has 20/20 vision. And we can use it hindsight, and we can say, man, you know how fucked we would have been had Hillary been there? We'd have been so screwed. Well, that should motivate you even more to get out there and give Trump the ammunition that he needs going into this election on Tuesday. He needs these people. So that's how the House and the Senate, namely the Senate, but that's how this works. President Trump can sign all the fucking shit he wants to until he's blue in the face or orange in the face, orange man bad, however they want to portray it. But he can sign everything he wants until he's blue in the face. And on some things it'll go through, and other things he needs to have a Senate majority beyond what we have in order for it to be cleared and gone through. He has to have it. It's non-negotiable. He has to have that majority within the Senate. We have the ability, you guys, to make sure that he has that Senate majority come Tuesday. We have the ability to make sure he has that collectively as Americans. It's important we get out there and do it. It really is. That's I say it's that much less important than his being elected, but really it is. But we have got to get this man some more support in the Senate and in the House. Because when that happens, you're going to see FISA documents revealed. You're going to see phase 2 of the Great Awakening. Phase 2 of the plan. Phase 1 is waking everybody up. Phase 2 is implementation. It is the arrests are going to start happening from the 57,000 unsealed documents. And just 57,000 only represents one indictment. An indictment could involve any number of people in the indictment. We are specifically talking about there could be dozens to hundreds of people that get fucking pulled down with each of these indictments. We don't know how many people it's going to take down. But I'll tell you one thing. There's a strong suspicion that over a third of the House and Congress will either take their own life or be arrested and pulled out of the Senate and the House. And that's just based on, they've been talking about this when they said there's 5,000 sealed indictments. We're at 57,000. Do you know how deep this rabbit hole goes? This rabbit hole, we don't know where it ends. And I think that's why that number keeps building and building and building. And the closer we get to this election, the narrative from the left keeps getting crazier and more nuts. The left has lost their damn minds. There's a certain number of these people on these leftist news agencies that will be tried and hung for sedition and treason. Those who scream the loudest, Q said, are the ones we need to watch. So you think about Maxine Waters, Nancy Pelosi, and you look at these fools like Chris Cuomo on CNN and dipshit Jim Acosta. Listen, there's no reason for these people to be this loud except that they've been paid off. They are colluding. Unlike Trump in the Russian election meddling, these people are actually colluding against America. And you could say they're just taking marching orders. They're just doing this and that. Maybe they are. But you know what? If you or I were just taking marching orders and the shit hit the fan, you better believe we'd be held to the highest standard. We'd be fucked. Totally. They're not going to take sympathy on us. Well, they told me to. Well, fuck that. Where's your integrity? Where's your fucking integrity? Well, they told me to. I don't give a rat's ass. Get on the gallows. Get on the gallows, Jim. Get on the gallows, Chris Cuomo, and your asshole brother, governor of New York. It's hard to believe either one of these were squirted out of Mario Cuomo. It's crazy. All right, I've rambled long enough. 38 minutes. I feel like I've been talking 2 hours. Swear to God. You guys got anything? Oh wow, Tony, you got like a bunch of messages retracted. Either you said some shit that you didn't want, or you're dropping some truth and some knowledge, and they don't want it seen something. Anyway, and all your shit is like being redacted. Yeah, you're getting deleted, dude. I see that. It's like deleted. And that one too. The one right when you said that it's being deleted, it like said it and then it went boom, message retracted. So, well, maybe Tony, try to create a secondary YouTube account for the next time we go live, and just all you have to do is assign it a new email address, and we can see if that trend follows you, friend. So, hey, good to see you all. I hate overstating the obvious, but it is that important for your vote on Tuesday. So do that. And if you got to pick up a grandparent or a parent or a grandparent's friend or anything, you just offer. Just, you know what? And if you're like me, put some prayer in your life and pray that God would put somebody in your path that the only thing keeping them from getting there and voting would be the fact that they don't have a ride. This election in the midterms, honestly, ain't sexy. It's your average Joe out there ain't thinking about it. It's not a sexy election at all. This ain't the presidency. So look at it this way. If you can get one person in addition to yourself to vote, it would be the equivalent of getting 10 people to vote in the presidential election. It's that fucking big. It's an opinion, but whatever, you know. It's my opinion. So, Everyone knows where they hide the booze, Mr. Nash. Yeah, I don't blame you. In fact, you could drive them, Robert, and you could just like open the door and like kick them out of there at like 30 miles an hour. Not till they die. Just, maybe like, I ain't gonna go to the hospital and get my bruises all taken care of. I won't be able to vote till Thursday. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't blame you, dude. I wouldn't either. Honestly, if I was like, do you need a ride? Do you know how important selection is? Yeah, I can't wait to vote for the blue party. I'm like, I think my car just broke down, Hans. You're going to have to find somewhere else to get there, man. All right. All right. That's it. That's it. I got nothing else. I can just sit here and be a monkey and a fool. But I've already done a good job of that. So, all right. I love you guys. I will absolutely. I don't know what time it'll be, but I will see you tomorrow night for a little pre-election motivational speech. And I will try to make sure that it's better than this one. But anyway, pray. God bless. Yeah, thanks, Tony. I appreciate that, man. But yeah, all good things must come to an end. And all good things start once good things come to an end. So I'll talk to you more about him tomorrow, Tony. So he's like, anything, Ron, let's talk about Ron, man. Let's talk about him. Nah. I appreciate you though. And it's good to see you all. Robert Zella, KK, all you guys. Peace out, Bill Miss Show. I'll catch you tomorrow night. Love y'all.